Hey guys, Gemmy God here, and today I'm going to be showing you the Gemmy animated Spike, the Rockin' Porcupine from the Really Wild Wildlife series. I actually tried to get this item once before for Christmas. I believe it was 1 or 2 years ago at this point when I tried to get one with the box, and I finally got it. This one I actually got in a lot with a brand new in the box Bal Baboon, which I'll be reviewing as well, so don't worry about that. Now, this is one of the first Gemmy items that actually introduced me to Cameron Waycaster as a Gemmy collector, as far as memory serves me right. And, yeah, it's actually a pretty cool item. In fact, I didn't even know the Really Wild Wildlife series was even a thing when I first saw this item. Same thing with Boogie Bear. I didn't even know that was a thing. I thought, these items were made just for the sake of, like, you know, throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks. That's what I thought. And I'm sure anyone who would have seen these items with no context would assume the same thing. But yeah, this is part of the Really Wild Wildlife series, and you can see everything that's part of that series on Gemmy Wiki. But yeah, when I got this guy, it had a split 8-tooth gear for the head that makes, you know, the mechanism that makes the head go up and down, not what twisted side to side. That one was completely fine. So of course I went in there. But getting the fabric over the plastic skull in the module was a bit of a pain in the ass because it wouldn't go over. But eventually I managed to get it over and got full access to the mechanism from there. Went in there and tried replacing the 8-tooth gear with a 9-tooth gear, and it did work, but I should say it worked a little too well because I tried loosening the gearbox, cracking it open a little bit, and the one gear that is like underneath, it's a spring-loaded gear that has like two different types of gears attached with a spring on the end. It's hard to describe. That kept popping out of place every time I tried to make some adjustments to the gearbox with a new 9-tooth gear. So eventually I just said screw it and put a new 8-tooth gear in there. Yeah, I know it's going to split, but it was either this or have the head just like constantly hanging down while it's in activation. And trust me when I say I prefer to have this thing fully working as it originally did over that. But yeah, this guy made a full recovery, as did Bal Baboon, since he had a split 10-tooth gear for his head as well. But that's another story. Anyway, here's the box. It says Really Wild Wildlife. It's covered up by that sale tag. Yeah, the original owner got this on sale for $3.17. What a steal. Spike the Rockin' Porcupine. Dances to Everybody Have Fun Tonight. This guy was sold at Eckerd for $13. Try me. Squeeze my arm. Sorry, hang on. Here's the side. Order. And it says order. Now, this says order on both sides of the box, so I'm not going to bother reading it twice. So, here we go. It says, the North American porcupine is a quill-bearing rodent from the order Rodentia of the family Erythrozona today. They are well-protected plant-eating rodents that spend most of their time looking for food. That's not to say they don't have time to boogie till the sun comes up. After all, you can't live on plants alone. And then silly school stuff. It says, sharp barbed quills protect the back of the sides and tail of the porcupine. Long, stiff guard hairs cover the front upper part of the body. This also looks very cool when dancing. Requires 3 AA batteries. Spike the Rockin' Porcupine. The porcupine that rocks. Try me. Squeeze my arm for ages 6 and up. Really Wild Wildlife. And then here's the back of the box with the description, which says, meet Spike, the porcupine. It's understandable why he's called Spike, but don't let the quills fool you. He's no threat to anyone. Generally, the North American porcupine is a heavy-set, short-legged, slow-moving rodent that is solitary, nocturnal, and spends most of its time in trees. Spike, on the other hand, can be found on the dance floor on any given night, moving and grooving to his favorite song, Everybody Have Fun Tonight. He may be nocturnal, but he's certainly not slow-moving, and there's nothing solitary about Spike. Damn, that is one creative description, I'll tell you what. Ever since Joe P. left Gemmy Industries in 2010, I don't think I've seen a single description like that on Gemmy's modern items. So, yeah, I think it's safe to say that Joe P. came up with all these creative descriptions, as well as make a huge impact on the company, as well as the innovation world as we know it. Requires 3 AA batteries. There's the lyrics to Everybody Have Fun Tonight. And, according to ENT-Man98, the song is actually factored. So, yeah. Everybody have fun tonight. Oh, and there's the answer for the question on the other side. It says, like any true dancer, Spike will never reveal his age. Well, I'll reveal his age for him. He's 20 years old. But, yeah. 2002, Gemmy Industries Corporation, Irving, Texas, Gemmy.com. This is item number 30989. Now here's the other side. Oh, there goes Spike. Alright, it says, yeah. Porcupines live from 10 to 20 years in captivity, while porcupines in the wild tend to have the life expectancy of 5 to 6 years. How old do you think Spike is? Answer on the bottom of package. It's on the back. I just showed it. I'll show it again. Answer, like any true dancer, Spike will never reveal his age. Like I said, he's 20 years old. And, he actually, doesn't look a day over 10. Spike the Porcupine, Really Wild Wildlife, sings Everybody Have Fun Tonight. And, of course, there's the order that was on the other side of the box. And there's, the illustration, which I assume that's the concept art for these characters. That's just slapped onto the box as a little extra detail, which is nice. But, yeah. After replacing the 8-tooth gear in the head, Spike moves and grooves just as he did over 20 years ago. Or about 20 years ago, I should say. So yeah, he twists and turns and bops his head while he sings Everybody Have Fun Tonight. So here he is in action. Man, look at him go. He is so full of energy. I replaced his batteries yesterday, too, after I got done repairing him. There's the inside of the box, and you got the full illustration of Spike himself. Well, either that, or that's just a little art they decided to slap onto the box, which is very creative. Love that design and detail. You really don't see that too often on Gemmy items these days. But here's Spike himself. He is in very good cosmetic and internal condition. Although one minor flaw with this guy is that he's actually missing the whiskers on the other side of his face. He's only got them on this one side. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do about that. As far as details, aside from the exaggerated spikes on his head, he looks pretty much like a realistic porcupine for the most part. And a lot of people say he's rare, and yeah, believe me, he kinda is, because he was sold exclusively at Eckerd Drugs, and maybe Walmart? I heard somewhere that some of the Really Wild Wildlife items were sold at Walmart, but I think that just may have been the Swinging Monkeys, to my knowledge. There's the tag, it reads Gemmy Industries, Inc., and then the underside, with the battery compartment, reads Gemmy Industries Corp., made in China. And, yeah, let's go ahead and play Spike a couple more times. And there you go, guys. That's the Gemmy animated Spike the Rockin' Porcupine. And not to ruin this item for those who hold it so dearly to their hearts, but when you twist it this way and put it down, kind of looks like he's dabbing. I guess you could say this item was ahead of its time for that aspect alone, because dabbing didn't even exist in 2002. It wasn't until, like, 2016, 2017 when Gemmy tried to cash in on the whole dabbing trend, and, yeah, you pretty much know how that went down. But, yeah, thanks for watching.